my uncle owned this place up in the Catskills called the farm. It was about 3 acres.
Do you want pot holders?
Just up there, and he had like a house on it and stuff.
Where?
Good.
A town called Long Eddy. It's out just north of Hankins, which is just north of Calhoun on the Delaware River. And he was about probably 8 miles off the Delaware River. And there was one time that we used to use this place, and there was one time when my dad brought my brother and I up there and let us stay there for like, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 days by ourselves. And we were like 16, we had no car or anything, but we had like my gun with us, my shotgun and stuff. And
12 gauge?
Actually I think that, well, I had a 12 gauge and a 20 gauge. And I think that was a 20 gauge I had with me. But we were there for like days, and I mean this place is in the middle of nowhere, and you know, dark at night. And my dad, for whatever reason, decided to come up like the night before he was supposed to come up to pick us up. He shows up, and instead of just like coming up and knocking on the door, he starts like making noises outside, and then
a heavily armed cottage.
And then
Death wish or what?
he proceeds to start like, you know, making like doing this kind of thing right at one of the windows, you know, and we're inside, you know, lighted cottage, and we're looking out into the dark, and it's like somebody, you know, doing this kind of stuff, you know, at the window. And I'm like, I don't know who the fuck that is, but he ain't, you know, coming in here. And so I grabbed the shotgun, loaded it, put it up to the window, and suddenly my dad yelled, "No, no, no!"
Oh my God!
You know,
that was a newspaper article in the making.
Yeah.
Who was your father?
It was my father.
Surprising him, sneaking up on their cottage.
He had left us at this place that my uncle owned up in the Catskills for like 3, 4, 5 days by ourselves, and he was coming back to get it. He was supposed to come the next day during the day. He showed up early that night, snuck up to the house, started making noises outside to scare us. He was like playing a practical joke on us. You know? And you know, he knew we had guns in the house, and you know, I didn't know who the hell it was, but it was like some scary son of a bitch outside. You know, and then he was like at the window, you know, and it's like that fucker ain't coming in here.
Wow. Well, let me tell you, it was something similar when I was a kid. We used to have loaded guns in the house. You didn't point a gun at anybody because we shot woodchucks off the deck, you know, off our front porch. You'd shoot woodchucks and anything that went running by. Skunks coming up the driveway, my father would be out the window, pow, pow, pow. And so the neighbor kid comes over. I used to bait the kids, come on over and ride the horses and help me weed the garden.
Where was this? When you lived where?
Walkill.
In Walkill?
Yeah. And I hated weeding the freaking garden. All my buddies were doing something, and here I am, dicking around, pulling weeds. So this kid grabs the .22. We had hollow points. I mean, this thing should shoot a woodchuck at 100 yards and blow his head off. I come around the corner, and this kid is like this with a freaking gun. And
at you?
At me. I fainted. Just a pile right in the floor because I figured I just died.
Wow, that was loaded.
My father left the .30-30 loaded when I was a 12-year-old, and I stayed home from school because we picked grapes and had the insecticide on them, and I was sicker than a dog the next day because I was eating them in the back seat of the car where we picked them, and ended up
Is that what kept you?
I grabbed the .30-30. No, I grabbed the .30-30. I'm going click, click, click. What is it? I wonder what this is. Fly in the ceiling. I could have killed my mother. She was downstairs making grape jelly. And I pointed it at the ceiling, and it drove my ass into the floor. I threw the .30-30 back in the closet.
Shot it?
Oh, yeah. And it was, you know, this not ceilings like this. This is plaster. So the plaster's flying all over because it was lathing old. It was an 1880s. farm house. Wood last. Yeah. And you could see, you know, my mother comes up the stairs. I made like I'm asleep in the bed. There's smoke in my parents' bedroom doing this kind of thing. And then So, and my mother says, what happened? What happened? So I finally said, I shot the gun. I didn't know what was I'm going to die. But my mom was the attic. She could see the light coming through the roof. Light coming through the roof. So she was afraid I might have started a fire or something.
Right.
And then she's, get in the bedroom when your father gets out of the field. I figured I just signed my death warrant. My father was he wasn't nice, not at all. And I never forget it, man. I was 12.
So what
A
did
few
your
years
dad do to
ago,
you?
Dad comes up and knocks on the door. Says, Royce. I started crying instantly because I'm amazed so often how many times he's going to hit me. And he says, you know why I'm not coming in? He says, because if I come in, I'm going to hit you and I may never stop. And he turned around and went downstairs. I think my mother probably said something to him like, you asshole, you left a freaking gun with a live round in a 30-30. I mean, you could shoot through 3 walls and kill somebody.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't you guys come on in?
You know what a 30-30 is?
Yeah. It's a good gun that kills big things.